Hello everyone, Pauly Mike here, and today I'm going to talk about Super Smash Bros., one of my favorite game series ever. I know I really don't post YouTube videos that much about it, or probably rarely at all, but I thought I'd give my thoughts and opinions about the final DLC characters, and maybe someday I may make a montage of, me playing Super Smash Bros. But anyway, I want to give my opinions and maybe predictions of who the final DLC character will be in Super Smash Bros. Just to give everyone a heads up, this is my opinion. I don't know if the characters I suggest will come out or if any of it is true or not. So anyway, I'm just gonna put it out there of who I think the last DLC character will be, and probably add in some ideas of what Masahiro Sakurai may do with the final DLC. But anyway, here it goes. Starting off with number 10, I'm going to start with Waluigi. I know the meme and the gags are getting annoying and old, but I could see, Masahiro Sakurai trolling us and he gets rid of the assist trophy and he just adds him as a character. I mean, that would be hilarious if he just releases a trailer like that. You just see Waluigi and all that. You see like a character that's about to be revealed, and all of a sudden it's, Waluigi. He's in the game. I mean, I think that would be hilarious if that happened. I think Waluigi fits perfectly. I don't know why he hasn't added him yet, but you never know. He could troll us with something like that, and it would just be hilarious as hell. Seriously, if you do it, Masahiro Sakurai, please do it. It'll be amazing. But I just thought I'd get that out the way. Anyway, next on the list is number 9, Dixie Kong. And I know people might say, oh, Diddy Kong's in the game, what's the point of Dixie Kong? But she could fit in, I mean, if you ever played Donkey Kong Country for the Nintendo 64, I wouldn't see why not. I mean, she has her own moveset and whatnot. But Dixie Kong definitely fits in. I just could see her getting in somehow. So, I don't know. I don't know what your opinions is on about this character, but Dixie Kong could definitely be added. I could see Nintendo adding a final Nintendo character in this, DLC. But hey, that's just what I think. But anyway, from this point on, I'm just gonna say third-party characters. So number 8, I'm gonna say Leon Scott Kennedy from Resident Evil. I know this sounds kind of weird and maybe there's too much Capcom representatives right now, but, Leon was very popular in Resident Evil 4, and if you ever had a GameCube, Resident Evil 4 was very popular on the GameCube. It had better graphics at the time, and the game was just amazing. It was awesome. I mean, of course I didn't have it for the GameCube, I had it for PlayStation 2 at the time, but when I saw my cousins and friends play it, I was like, gosh, I wish I got it for GameCube at the time. But that's, the past is the past, but I could see Leon being on there because he's such a fan favorite. And, there is even a spirit board where you get spirits of Resident Evil, spirits and all that. So I could definitely see Leon being on there. Definitely. But like I said, there's too much Capcom representatives as it is. Mega Man, Ryu, Ken. There's just no point of adding any more Capcom characters. But hey, you never know. He could be added in. So never lose hope about that. Anyway, I'm going to start with number 7. And I think this character is pretty good. I'm going to say Master Chief. Master Chief could definitely fit in to the roster. I mean, I wouldn't see why not. Though, of course, people may argue that, Banjo-Kazooie is already a Microsoft, representative. So I don't think Nintendo would want to fight for another one. I mean, Banjo-Kazooie fit perfectly because, at the time when Nintendo 64 was around, the Rare company was, profited by Nintendo? I can't think of the right word, so I apologize. But anyway, I know Nintendo invested in Rare. They own like 50% of the company. But, Microsoft bought them out like 2006, 2008. I don't know the exact year. But anyway, that's something that's possible. You see Master Chief because you really don't have a lot of shooting characters as it is. You have like Samus, and I think someone who throws like a boomerang. What is it? Richter? Yeah, you got Richter and Simon. But yeah, Samus is like the only one that's like legitimately a shooting character, so I can see that happening. But probably not, Nintendo wants to keep that rated E rating. So maybe. You never know. Number 6 is, and I know this is gonna sound really weird, is maybe Sub-Zero or Scorpion. I mean, I can see Mortal Kombat being on there because it's very popular. But then again, like I said with Master Chief, Nintendo probably wants to keep the rated E characters as much as possible. I mean, I could see why they would want that, but at the same time, Mortal Kombat's pretty popular, Sub-Zero's popular, Scorpion's popular. I mean, I could see Nintendo just throwing that out there. I mean, you never know. It's a mystery, You don't know what Nintendo could throw at us next. Anyway, number 5 will be Doom Guy. Like I said before, Master Chief, we really need another character that can shoot a gun. And Doom Guy definitely fits the picture. I mean, he's old, he's a classic, he's a 1990s character. I wouldn't see why not they would put Doom Guy. But then again, like I said, the rated M, Nintendo needs to keep that E rating. I know they have some mature characters like Snake from Metal Gear, and they have Simon and Richter. I mean, if you played the new Castlevania, the game is rated M. But hey, you never know. You gotta keep that in mind. Anyway, number 4 will be Spyro. I mean, Spyro is a pretty classic character if you had the PlayStation, and I could definitely see him being in the game. Even though I think another company owns him, you never know. Nintendo could have been in talks with it and probably put Spyro in the game. So that's something to think about. And number 3, I would say Ryu Hayabusa. I know maybe he probably won't be in the game, but people probably don't want another fighting character, sword character, I should say. But you never know. Keep your hopes up, man. I mean, he's a classic character. He's been around since NES or Super Nintendo. And I know, Ninja Gaiden for the classic game, the Super Nintendo, was super hard. So I could see that happening, definitely. So never lose hope, like I said. Number 2, Crash Bandicoot. I mean, this guy's super classic. I wouldn't see why Nintendo would not put him in. I mean, I know another company owns him and Naughty Dog doesn't own the rights to the character, but, maybe someone wants to make some extra money on the side with Crash Bandicoot. You never know. Nintendo probably negotiated this a while ago. But yeah, I could definitely see him in the game, like a high probability. I mean, I wouldn't see why not. Nintendo putting a PlayStation representative. Even though Crash Bandicoot's for on consoles, again, when he originally came out, he was only a PlayStation-only character. So, hey, never lose hope. And my last and final one is going to be Sora. But here's what I think is going to happen with Sora. One of two things could happen. And I'm going to go with the first one first because I think it's highly probable that Nintendo would choose the first option, which is that Sora may be a DLC, but as a Mii costume. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty expected. I mean, Sora is very popular. Like, people from Japan, even where I live right now in Japan, a lot of the students I have and friends I have said, hey, Sora and Super Smash Bros. Would fit in perfectly, And in the United States, people want Sora as well. So I could definitely see him being in, but for the first option's sake, I'm going to say he's going to be a Mii costume, I know it's a little bit of a letdown, but please listen to what I think the second option may be, and I hope it's probable, but I think it's the least likely, but please hear me out on this, okay? You never know. The second option is, and I hope it happens, but the second option is that Sora will be a DLC character, but I feel like Masahiro Sakurai will probably introduce another character I mentioned on the list, and then Sora, being owned by Nintendo and Square Enix, he might be like an extra DLC character, like an individual DLC character that's like $10. You know, he won't be part of the DLC pack 2, you know, that we have. But I think he might just be a standalone character that would just be an extra DLC, and that's it. Masahiro Sakurai will be done. I mean, like I said, take this with a short freaking grain of salt. I doubt Masahiro Sakurai would do this, but it would be amazing if he considered it. I mean, Sora's popular. Rather he's not in the DLC pack or not, or he's a Mii costume, it would be awesome if he just put like a separate DLC. I don't care if it's $9.99 or $7.99, but just to make a separate DLC just for Sora. I could see that happening, but like I said, it's the least unlikely outcomes ever. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and listened to what I had to say. I mean, you know, the DLC is coming out very soon. It might not even be the 10 characters I mentioned, but hey, never lose hope, never lose sight, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.